That's right, week 7 wrap up right here. Welcome to the week 7 AFA wrap up. Hawaii went into San Jose this week 5-1, and everything looked good at halftime 17-10. Everything looked good through three quarters 24-17. But here came San Jose with 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to grab the victory here. Corey Coleman with the first one from Josh Rosen. Then Fedarius Payne, the rookie out of Virginia Tech, with a 17-yard fumble return for a touchdown. And then to cap it off, with a minute left to go, Martavius Bryant from Josh Rosen, touchdown. That gives them a 12-point lead, 13-point lead. Hawaii did score after that, but it was too little too late. 38-33. San Jose improves to 3-4. Hawaii drops to 5-2. They were one of the better teams. Everybody was excited to see this game, and Josh Rosen stole the spotlight with 3 touchdowns, even though he only completed 48.6% of his passes. Josh Kelly, 19 carries, 60 yards, no touchdown, fumbled once. Nick Foles fumbled once. Ronald Jones, the second, 22 carries, a touchdown, 93 yards. Brashad Perryman, 7 catches, 80 yards, a touchdown. Leadertrick Griffin and Jalen Wayne, each with touchdown catches as well. On the other side, Martavius Bryant led the frenzy with 110 receiving yards, 7 catches. He had a touchdown. Corey Coleman had that fourth quarter touchdown, and Kyle Markway also with a touchdown catch in here. So San Jose now 3-4, Hawaii 5-2. Turning our attention back over to the Stars Conference, Dublin went into Columbus. This was a really big game. Both teams come in at 4-2. Columbus gets the victory, 10-point victory, 34-24. They were up 17-10 at halftime. Columbus just took control of this game from the onstart, and they win by 10. Dublin just never got in rhythm. Cooper Rush really wasn't effective at all. 38.9%. Carson Wentz, 14 for 27, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Abram Smith he had a 73-yard touchdown run, 19 carries, 156 for him. Richardson and Jay Ajayi combined for 145 yards on 39 carries. Each of them fumbled, though, and the dagger was when Hunter Lupke ran in from, I think, about 4 yards out to seal the victory here. Columbus now 5-2. Dublin drops to 4-3. Frankfurt, things haven't gotten much better. They go to New York. New York wins this one 2013. They improved to 6-1. Frankfurt was actually up 10-6 at halftime, but then New York came back to take the lead in the third quarter on a Rico Dowdale 2 yards rushing touchdown. Jamichael Hasty, he scores a 4-yard touchdown plunge with just over just under 6 minutes to play to give them the 20-13 victory. Again, New York 6-1. That might be the top of the Stars Conference. I have to take a look. J.T. Barrett 20 for 37, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Chad Kelly 16 for 29. Divine Ozigbo 19 carries, 62 yards. Jamichael Hasty filling in for the injured Sean Tucker, 18 rushes for 72 yards. Orlando goes to London. London wins 41-24. Interesting here. I counted it up. Let me go back. There was only one road victory all week 7, and that went to San Antonio, who beat St. Louis at the TWA Center. So 9-1 were home teams this week. But London gets the victory 41-24. It was 24-10 at halftime. Orlando kind of made it close there in the third, but really, wasn't much doubt in this one. You know, London continues to impress without Tannehill, but EJ Manuel 4 interceptions. Orlando is not continuing on without Johnny Manziel. I think he has about 4 more weeks to go, so we'll see what happens there. C.J. Verdell, 19 carries, 122 yards. Jordan Howard got banged up in here, but Verdell did fumble one away. Melvin Gordon, 11 rushes for 62 yards. Kenneth Dixon with a 55-yard touchdown run. He had 102 yards in here. Kevin White, 9 catches, 127 yards and a touchdown. Thaddeus Moss had a touchdown catch. He went for a $143. Hope you had him in your fantasy league. Louisville went into Barcelona. This was a barn burner here, 1917. But Barcelona drives down the field and kicks a 25-yard field goal with 12 seconds left to give them the victory. Louisville couldn't seal the victory. They were up 17-13 going into the fourth quarter, and they gave up a long 50-yard field goal and then a short one as time was running out. And Louisville now 3-4, Barcelona 4-3. A.J. McCarron 14-27 with an interception. Kyle Lalauda 16 for 41, 265 yards and a touchdown. It looked terrible, but they get the victory. We'll see if Blake Bortles is coming back or getting traded or where he's going. Trey Regis 25 carries, 104 yards. Philip Lindsay 17 for 62. Running game in Barcelona isn't much. Austin Allen 5 catches, 87 yards. Jake Kumaro, the White Mamba, with a touchdown catch in here. So, again, Barcelona now 4-3. Memphis went to Washington, and Washington surprised the shit out of them. 17-10 at halftime. Memphis made a comeback, and it was 27-24 going into the fourth quarter, but Washington pulls away with 2 fourth quarter scores. Bryce Ford Wheaton there from Sam Hartman. Antonio Callaway from C.J. Beathard, and then Kareem Hunt went 34 yards for a touchdown as they win 41-24. Washington now 4-3. Memphis drops to 3-4. Sam Hartman 16-37. 323 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. C.J. Beathard 21-31. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 298 yards. Dylan Johnson, 20 rushes, 46 yards. He did have a score. Kareem Hunt, 128 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. He fumbled once, and so did the rookie Kelton Milton out of Georgia. Bryce Ford Wheaton, BFW, with 2 touchdowns in here. DGB, Dorial Green Beckham, with a touchdown, and Antonio Callaway with 2 touchdowns. Josh Pulse, the rookie out of Hopkins, with 2 catches for 24 yards. He got in the game. Again, Washington with the victory 41-24. They improved to 4-3. Birmingham went into Hartford, and Hartford opened up a can of whoop ass on them. Up 21-0 after the first, up 35-10 at halftime. That was it from Birmingham, 52-10. Hartford improved to 3-4, and the way they played here, it's surprising they're only 3-4. Birmingham drops to 2-5. This was a game that both teams had to win to stay alive, and I think Birmingham we just saw that he is probably, this is in his year. RG3, 19-25, 354 yards, 4 touchdowns. Isaiah Spiller ran for 111. Jarrett Patterson went for 151 yards, 2 touchdowns on 26 carries. He finally got into the game. Hunter Renfrow, 6 catches for 68 yards. TJ Luther with a real nice touchdown catch in here. Xavier Gibson and JJ Arcega-Whiteside, each with 2 touchdown catches. Nothing to be heard from with Jonathan Adams Jr. Not sure if he's hurt. I don't know where he is. Flipping over to the Stripes Conference, there's the Hawaii-San Jose game. Albuquerque went to Sacramento. This was a really hard-fought game. Sacramento was trailing 17-16 to Albuquerque at halftime, but then they kicked 2 field goals to go up. Sacramento puts it away here. Put it away with a minute to go in the game with that field goal from Jack Podlesny at 25 yards. And it looked like Albuquerque was going to come back, but that kind of sealed it right there. I think, they had less than a minute. Albuquerque couldn't do anything. They're playing without Mike White. Aaron Murray, 10 of 22, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jeff Matthews came in. He threw 2 picks. He did have a touchdown. Max Duggan was 3 for 3. He got hurt. So Albuquerque got banged up at quarterback all day. Landry Jones, 18 of 28, 274 yards and a touchdown. Albuquerque without Donta Foreman and Mike White. Um, really put on a show, but Dalvin Cook, 22 carries, 120 yards with touchdown. Jaden Sheridan, the rookie out of Monmouth, with a touchdown run. Josh Adams, he ran one in from 4 yards out, untouched for a score. Rashad Green, 6 catches, 103 yards. Pharaoh Cooper went 90 yards for a touchdown. Chase Claypool, 9 catches, 156 yards, no touchdowns, but he was virtually unstoppable in that game. Um, Sacramento now 3-4, and I think they got a 2-game win streak. Albuquerque 4-3. San Antonio went into St. Louis, and they get the only road victory of the week. They were trailing 10-9 at halftime before Griffin Kell, the kicker, kicked a field goal. They take the lead. Elliott Fry comes back, kicks a field goal, takes the lead back. Jalen Moreno Crappie from Christian Ponder. They take the lead back. But 28-21, San Antonio 2-5, St. Louis 3-4. Christian Ponder 11 for 17, 2 touchdowns. Davis Webb 7 for 9, 111 yards and a touchdown. Brock Osweiler had 2 touchdowns. He completed 19 of 29. Meion Williams 25 carries, 148 yards. He might be the future. Kenyon Drake 14 carries, 92 yards. Noah Gindorf, Mason Tipton, and Jalen Moreau Crappie all win as San Antonio improves to 2-5. San Diego went to Chicago, and San Diego was unable to move the needle. They've dropped to 1-6. Cam has got to win every game the rest of the way to get this team into the playoffs at this point. Chicago improves to 5-2. So Chicago and Hawaii both at 5-2. That's important. J-Rob with a 6-yard touchdown run there in the fourth quarter. Shedrick Jackson, 46 yards from Flacco with 1:34 to go in the game. That takes the lead for the Demons. Cam Newton, 25 of 42, 400 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Joe Flacco, 12 of 20, 235. He had 2 touchdowns. TJ Yeldon went for $129. J-Rob went for 190, 3 touchdowns. TJ Yeldon, 2 touchdowns. J-Rob was unstoppable. Jazz Ferguson, 8 catches, 138 yards, and 2 scores. On the other side, Shedrick Jackson had a touchdown catch. They didn't throw the ball. They were running the ball, and they were tough to stop. So, again, Chicago now 5-2. Let's take a look at the standings real quick. Intimidators, a game up on Columbus. That's going to be a good fight. Washington getting into the mix. Hartford, they won this week. Look at Washington. They've won 3 in a row. New York's won 4 in a row without Sean Tucker. Hartford, is all 4 of these teams better get in gear if they're going to catch New York. I mean, they're playing without Tucker, and they look good. Louisville and Memphis both at 3-4. Everybody's still alive in here. This division here, the South Division, whoever wins it might be under 500 and get that'd be the first time a divisional winner made the playoffs under 500. London takes the lead here. Dublin lost this week. Barcelona won to make it 4-3. They've won 2 in a row. London's won 3 in a row without Tannehill. Very interesting. As Trevor Simeon is getting it done some way. Not really pretty. Chicago, 2-game lead up on Detroit, who had a bye this week, so it's really a game and a half. St. Louis at 3-4, Tulsa at 2-4. Tulsa did win, but then they went on their bye. Hawaii lost this week to San Jose. They're a game up on Albuquerque, who has to play another week or 2 without Deonta Foreman and Mike White the rest of the way. That's going to be interesting. Cam Newton at 1-6 can't get in front of San Antonio. Pretty interesting there. Salt Lake City had a bye this week. They're 6-0, still a 3.5 game lead on San Jose and Sacramento. Sacramento's won 2 in a row. Keep your eye on them. Salt Lake City's still playing for the perfect season. They're the only team that has that. Let's take a look at our league leaders real quick. Actually, yep. Let's take a look at our injuries real quick. So Joe John Williams is out the rest of the year for Hartford. He had a severe concussion. Warrior, the free safety for Albuquerque, he's out the rest of the year with a shoulder injury. So those were two new injuries this week. Richie Brown still has 8 more weeks to go, but I think he was already hurt. Mike Warren still has 7 more to go. Dylan Stoner's been hurt for a while. Tommy DeVito still got a month and a half. Frankfurt fullback here still got a month and a half. Dane Jackson got hurt last week. He's still got 6 weeks to go. Johnny Manziel's got 5 weeks to go. I don't think him getting back. I don't see him getting back in time to save Orlando. Although that division winner could be a under 500 division winner. Freddie Stevenson from Washington, 5 more weeks. Isaiah Moore, another month. William Rattel got hurt this week, so Albuquerque is just walking wounded right now. Sean Tucker still another month before he gets back from that broken jaw. Tyler Vaughns, he got hurt last week. He's for New York. Millard Bradford out with a broken finger, 3 weeks. Strong safety there for Barcelona. Kenny Galladay's got 3 more weeks. Riley Ridley, 3 more weeks. Zach Hines got hurt. The rookie tight end out of South Dakota State got hurt this week. He's going to miss a couple weeks with a shoulder injury. Jason Huntley, San Antonio running back, got hurt returning to opening kickoff last week. He's out in our 2 weeks with a hip. Davion Nixon, he's got an ACL sprain. He's got another week to go. Connor Cook, another week to go for him. David Johnson, can he get back and help Frankfurt? He's got another week. Donta Foreman's got another week with the pinched nerve. Shaq Lawson, ACL sprain. He's got a week to go. He got hurt this week. Evan Weaver still another week with that concussion. Ivan Pace Jr. is probable with the MCL sprain. He played this week though, so I think he's gonna play through it. J.C. Jackson still hurt for Albuquerque. They'll probably play him. They need all hands on deck at this point, so I think they'll play him. Let's take a look at the league leaders. So you got RG3, 129.8 QBR for Hartford. Flacco, 117.9. Bajan's third. Hartman's fourth. Simeon fifth. Colt McCoy sixth. And Nick Foles seventh. When we look at yards, the passing leader is RG3, 22.38. Nice, comfortable 100-yard lead on Hartman. Touchdowns, Nick Foles thrown 22. RG3's thrown 20. Joe Flacco, 19. Colt McCoy, 18. Interception. Look, Kaiser's only thrown one interception. That's pretty amazing right there. Carson Wentz has thrown 9. Carson Strong has thrown 8. Tyler Wilson's thrown 8. He got benched, and C.J. Beathard's played well. Blake Bortles has thrown 8 versus 16 touchdowns. J.T. Baird's thrown 7. Your rushing leader is Kareem Hunt. He's got a 108-yard lead on J-Rob. Trent Richardson getting it done in year 13, 771 yards, averaging 4.3 yards a carry. Foreman, he missed a week. He's going to miss another one. He's at 753. Abram Smith, 750. Dalvin Cook, 742, averaging 5.7 yards per carry. He doesn't stay in the game. He just doesn't play 4 downs anymore. Foreman, 7 yards. He's leading the league in rushing touchdowns. There's Kareem Hunt, last year's touchdown rushing leader. He's got 6. Jermichael Hasty filling in for Sean Tucker. He's got 6. Leonard Fournette's got 5. Trey Regis has got 5. Yards after contact, 570 for Kareem Hunt. Not surprising. You know how much I like the 20-plus yard runners. Leonard Fournette's got 6. He's unstoppable. He's a beast. Kevin White's leading all receivers with 53. Justin Ross, Barcelona's got 52. Martavius Bryant's got 49. Anthony Johnson from Frankfurt with 49. Sammy Watkins has got 43. Chris Conley with 41. He only got 4 touchdowns. I thought he would have been higher than that. Sammy Watkins has already broke 1,000. Kevin White's there. Anthony Johnson having a good year. There's Justin Ross still having a good year. Denzel Mims is 5th in yards at 654, tied with Brashad Perryman, averaging 21 yards a catch, 6 touchdowns. touchdown. So he's helping Trevor Simeon a lot. Anthony Johnson and Brashad Perryman, each with 8 touchdown catches at this point. Blocking, Alaric Jackson has pulled up even with Lael Collins, and he wants to know who's the best left tackle in the game right now. And, he's making a good argument. It could be him over Lael Collins. Joe Schobert, 64 tackles. That's your leader. Kyle Van Noy and Scooby Wright, each with 51. Ben Boulware with 48. Your tackles for loss leaders. Carl Nassib with 13, getting in there. Jordan Jenkins has 11. I think he had like 4 in one game though. Sack leader Eric Watts, he had 6 to start the season. Raekwon Williams has got 6. He's had 4 in one game, I think. Taco Charlton's having a nice, consistent year. He's got 5. Look at that. Carl Nassib in the backfield 17 times midway through the season. So he's still getting it done. Greedy Williams, A.J. Green, J.C. Jackson, who's hurt, Mark Gilbert, Xavier Rhodes, and Scooby Wright, all with 4 interceptions. Catches allowed. Stanford Samuel's third, always up there in catches allowed, huh? Clyde Blue Kelly's allowed 30 catches. Rez John Wright, Tavares McFadden, Beanie Bishop. So there's your defensive ratings. Take a look at week 8, going to be a big week. Barcelona goes to Washington, both teams 4-3. The winner here is going to come out looking real pretty, especially in the wild card race. You gotta pay attention to your tiebreakers. London 5-2. They play Hartford. It'd be surprising if Hartford doesn't put on their best show here. They need to stay in pace with the rest of that division, the East Division. Orlando goes to Frankfurt. Somebody's going to get healthy here, probably Frankfurt. Louisville goes to Dublin. Second straight big week for Louisville. They're 3-4. Dublin 4-3. Both teams need a victory. St. Louis at 3-4. I just don't take them too seriously. Cam Newton going to play his old teammates at San Diego. 1-6. I have a hard time betting against Cam Newton in there. Chicago goes to San Antonio. Feels like a little bit of a trap game, but we'll see. Chicago should win that, especially if J-Rob's healthy. Salt Lake City goes to Tulsa. Now, doesn't this feel like this is where Salt Lake City loses their first game up against Damon Jr. and Deshaun Kaiser, Tevin Coleman? I know Kenny Galladay's out with injury, but doesn't that feel like a trap game for Salt Lake City? Portland goes to Detroit. Detroit 3-3. This Portland team they are funky good at 2-4. So if Detroit is for real, they'll win this game. If not, Portland will be back in the playoff race. San Jose goes to Albuquerque, and Albuquerque just is banged up right now. San Jose could really be on a roll here. Albuquerque, like I said, they're banged up. No Foreman, no Mike White, and it showed this week. I thought they could beat Sacramento, but they really just didn't have the firepower. Sacramento goes to Hawaii, so this is a big game right here. If you're Hawaii, you don't want to drop to 5-3, not with the chance to go ahead and finally put that division away. Sacramento's on a roll, so a lot going on there. Players of the week. Let me see if I can find the players of the week. League news, weekly awards. Eli Apple, 7 tackles, 1 interception, 1 touchdown. He was your Stars Conference Defensive Player of the Week. And in the NFC or the Stripes Conference, J-Rob, 25 carries, 190 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Payne gets a mention with a fumble recovery for a touchdown. He also had a sack and 2 tackles, rookie out of Virginia Tech. So that was that deep D-tackle draft, and it's paying off dividends all the way around. So there's your news and notes, and hopefully if you have, hopefully you're tuned in and able to see what's going on, because things are really getting exciting. I thought this was a week where feel like we're really getting into the week. The game is settling down, and it just feels like things are starting to settle down with this season. I really like the way Week 7 played out, overall, and so Keep that in mind as we proceed to week 8. Good luck to everyone, and hope everybody has a good time week 8.
You can really breathe in San Jose. They've got a lot of space. There'll be a place where I can stay. I was born and raised in San Jose. I'm going back to find some peace of mind in San Jose. Fame and fortune is a magnet. It can pull you far away from home. With a dream in your heart, you're never alone. Dreams turn into dust and blow away. And there you are, without a friend. You pack your car and ride away. I've got lots of friends in San Jose. Do you know the way to San Jose? LA is a great big freeway. Put 100 down and buy a car. In a week, maybe 2, they'll make you a star. Weeks turn into years, how quick they pass. And all the stars that never were are parking cars and pumping gas. I've got lots of friends in San Jose. Oh, do you know the way to San Jose? Can't wait to get back to San Jose.
Thank you for watching.